Hey, this is Josh with Inovotech. Today we're going to do a quick how-to video on how to utilize our ICS-207 form with the rapid chart feature. Some of the benefits of our rapid chart forms is you can quickly remove unused positions in your ICS organizational chart or add new ones, allowing you to define specifically what you need for your incident or planned event. You can include additional sections, branches, divisions, or units. As you know, the ICS framework is flexible, so if you need to add something specific to an event, moving around an intelligence branch or an intelligence position, for example, this allows you to do so to meet your needs. You can print multiple copies of your organizational chart just straight from a printer. No need from a copier or scanner because you can just print the electronic copy directly from your PC or laptop. This also makes sharing the form electronically much easier with supporting agencies or your dispatch center. The form is a common file format in Microsoft Word, which also makes it easily exportable to PDF, which again makes it much easier to share with your supporting agencies. All right, so let's get right into it. When you first open the organizational ICS-207 organizational chart, you're going to see what you see here on the screen. You're going to see a blank ICS-207 chart. And we have made everything as easy as possible to just be able to fill in the needs for your event. So to quickly fill out the form, you just click in the box you need and start filling out information. We'll start that now. Here we're filling out our operational period information. All right, so now that we have the basics entered for our 207, we'll go ahead and get into the rapid chart features. So our rapid chart uses some of the advantages of the SmartArt tools within Microsoft Word. We just have it predefined for you. So when you first click to enter information in here, you basically click and start entering data underneath the titles of each position. When you get in here, you may or may not see the text entry feature here to your left based on your last settings that you had in Microsoft Word. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off for now. It is a useful tool, but we'll get into it here in a minute. So for the quickest entry, again, you click specifically under the position and start entering your personnel information. If you need to add an additional position up here, for example, intelligence officer, you can simply do so by typing in the box. Clicking on the box and then typing within. So here we'll go ahead and highlight and underline so it matches the rest of our form. Again, to match some formatting, we'll add our new positions in here and do an underline, just using your standard underline features within Word. If you don't use the keyboard shortcuts, you could do it here. Or here. And at this point, we have the information that we need to complete our org chart for this incident. Now we would leave this signature blank below unless we want to sign with a image, and then we'll go ahead and date and time the form. And if this form is going to be within our IAP, we'll go ahead and give it a page name. So here you can see the very simple entry and quick fill-out capability of the ICS-207 with Rapid Chart. Now that we've covered some of the quick features, we're going to go ahead and get into some of more of the advanced features. So the name fill-in for the default organizational structure is great, assuming your organizational structure in the form is set up to by default to what you use. So if what you get initially in the form does not necessarily meet your needs, you can actually go into the organizational structure and change that, and then resave the form so that next time you use it, it is the default organizational structure for your agency. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So for this, there's certain things that are easier to do within the boxes themselves, and there's other things that are easier to do within the text form, the text entry. So we're going to go ahead and pull up that text pane, and this is where it comes in handy. As we build our default needs, we'll go ahead and tweak this a little bit. So our defaults, for example, typically may not have an intelligence officer, so we're going to go ahead and delete this position. So the best way to delete the position within the SmartArt tool is by actually highlighting the box you want to delete and then clicking the delete button. Highlighting the box, not the text. Okay, so now we have that set up. So for our operations section, typically we don't just have divisions. We may have different branches with divisions within those branches. So we're going to make a quick update to that now. So as you can see here, we're going ahead and editing what our initial hierarchy is going to be. And then we'll add to that here in just a second. And as you can see, as I'm typing this out, I'm also adding room so I can just click below and enter the name as well. So now I want to go ahead and add positions underneath these sections. So for example, we're going to go ahead and add division A, B, and C within our fire branch. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And the easiest way to add these is within that text pane. We'll also start typing our text within there as well, and we'll show you how to use that. So now we have a new position for our fire branch. We have our division alpha. And you can see now we're entering text in the text field in the text pane over here to the left. And in order to provide the space below to enter the name later, you want to use a shift enter when you're done with the division, when you're done with the position title. And that gives us our space below. Now we'll go ahead and enter our second one by hitting enter again. Shift enter brings us to that next row for a name. We'll go ahead and delete that name for now. That was just for an example. And standard enter will bring us to the next position. Shift enter again. Standard enter. And as you can see, the ICS structure auto scales based on your expansion or contraction of your organizational structure. And so now you can see how to expand and contract those. So as you can see, there is a little bit of overlap here on the right. Sometimes this does occur based on your expansion of the incident. My recommendation on fixing this is to wait until you have completely built out your template or your organizational structure before you go start moving around boxes. So complete the organizational structure before readjusting the boxes. So here in our planning section, we can quickly fill out our standard positions within planning. Shift enter brings us our next row. And then we'll go ahead and delete our last box here again by highlighting the box and deleting the box. It's much safer to do it there than to do it within the text pane. We will also go ahead and adjust our logistics section chief here, our logistics section here. As for our example agency, we would not start with both a fully built out branch, support branch, and services branch. So we'll delete the boxes. And adjust our logistics section accordingly. And same thing for our finance unit. So we'll do a quick adjustment here to unify our form so we could save it as a template by making the position titles underlined, so later on we can just go and add a name. If you do move a box by accident, you can do a quick undo to put it back where you need it. And as we discussed, save the movement of the boxes till last if you need to adjust any potential overlap. And you can do that by highlighting the boxes and then using your arrow keys to move. To highlight multiple boxes, click the Shift key. And as you can see here, now that we've slid the boxes to the left, we're a little bit more aligned with no overlap. So at this point, be sure to save your org chart just in case there's any errors within Word through the process. Last thing you want to do is have to rebuild this later. So we're going to go ahead and do a file save as for this one to save it as a new document so we don't change our template. Now that we have that saved, one of the other nice features of this is if you choose to color code your organizational charts, it's very easy to do so within here as well. I'll give a quick example of that. If we look at our standard vest coloring, say we want to match our vests to what we're doing for our incident, our planning section would be blue. So we'll go ahead and come in here, highlight our boxes by clicking them with the Shift key. We'll go into our format, shape outline, select blue. For our ops section, we'll select our boxes. Since they are red, we'll go ahead and select our boxes and make them red. Same thing, format, shape outline red. And logistics section, yellow. And finance admin green. So now we have a color-coded organizational structure. Another example for color coding, if you choose to do so, is you can do a little bit bolder color coding. We'll show a quick example of this in the planning section. We could do our format, shape, fill as the color. And then also adjust our text so that it shows better. And you could do it this way as well. The only challenge with doing the color coding in this method, using this method, is be extremely careful when printing. Make sure that you have make sure that if you print black and white, that these are still distinguishable and readable. So now we have both examples. And we're done, so we'll go ahead and save again. We want to export this to share with our agency partners, so we'll go to Export, use our built-in Word Create PDF tool, and we'll export that example. And here is your ICS-207, quickly built so you can get back to your incident needs. If you were to want to share this, you could share it using email. You could also share it using file share solutions such as Dropbox or OneDrive, whatever is allowed or utilized for your specific agency needs. If you're interested in picking up any of our ICS forms with the Rapid Chart feature, they're available at inovotech.net/ICS forms. We offer both an individual license or an agency license on these. We also have on the same website, the same webpage, we also have a number of other free ICS forms available for you to use. Thank you for your time. We hope this information was useful for you. For more information and latest updates on newly developed forms, please like or subscribe to this channel for future updates. Thank you, and stay safe.